In this video, we're going to focus on the text alignment property in CSS. And the text alignment property will control the alignment of the text within that property, meaning basically this. Do you want to set the text on the left, center, right, or do you want to justify the text? And this means, justifying the text means very similar to a magazine or a newspaper where you have the text within this div element trying to cover as full as possible once it is possible. So you have no lines that are looking unequal. So let's explore those. First of all, to see this, we need to create a longer text here. So I'm going to copy this as a square and I'm going to paste this multiple times here. Then you will see eventually how it will look like. Alright, so this fits almost perfect. That I don't want this to be too perfect. So I say here ABC, and then here I will just put in some text. This is not the equal part, dot, etc, etc. All right, so I'm just putting in some text here. So you can see here now we have a not equal part here. And you might want, like in a newspaper, you're very familiar with it, that it's very equal. So how can we do this kind of thing? So with the text alignment, we can play around with it. So we say text align. And then here, by default, it is set on the left. So if we save this now, you can see nothing happens. And the reason why nothing happens, text alignment has been set on left by default. Of course, if you are using a different language where the standard is right, so it starts at the right side going to the left, so RTL we call that. In that case, by default, it was set to the right. Common language is like Arabic language, and any language that uses the same format. So let's look here. We can search here as well. We can search here to see what's our default here. And you will see, well, basically our default is already left. And if I remove this, I refresh here, it is also set on left. And we can check here on the computed. So we select the element, click on computed, and then we can see what is being set here to understand if we have anything here or what is already as a default. So we scroll down somewhere to the letter T. You can see text align, it says start. And here in this case, start, which is a good term, is used for left. So when is start becoming right? When you set the RTL active, basically. So once the RTL is being set, at that moment, the text is considered, the starting point is considered the right side. So this is a very good term because they really figured out what is starting point, because starting point is relative to depending on the language. Alright, so in our case, starting point is left. So let's put this in the center. If we put it in the center and save this, so make sure you type it correctly, then at that moment you will see this will start to change. We change this here. You can see now the text is in the center. And then we can go here to our text declaration. Our text declaration is now set on center. Alright. So finally what we can do here is the right side, and if we save that, here, look at the text. The text is going to move to the very right, and then this is how you set it. And finally, or last one, this is not really a position, but this is a newspaper style, which is justifying. And this is very common if you've seen Microsoft Office Word. You have the icons. This is the same story basically. So what happens here is justify. It will just increase the width or the space between here. You can see here right now the space here is not equal to one single space as on my keyboard. It will be dependent on how much space it will take within our div here, just to make it from left to right completely full space, except the last line. The last line will not be considered. That's a common standard of writing here. The last line is not being considered as the item here. This is why you will see here the last line will just stop properly. And if I just refresh, I just put in a dot here, which will look nicer because we have a item here, last sentence. That's it. So as you can see here, very straightforward. Should you use justified? Justified can be useful for certain items like newspaper or blog text. If you want to just keep it nice and clean and neat compared to the standard. If you do here left, you will see here starting point, you'll see that this might not look that neat compared to the other one, although there's equal space between. Well, normally there's no equal space if you have it in justified. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions regarding this, make sure you put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you. And if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here. You will probably enjoy this as well.